This is a brief demonstration of the personalized recommendation agent. We first log into the system. The system stores each user and their profile. We immediately get recommendations. These are all pre-cached recommendations, either recommendations based on trending favorites across multiple viewers, or specific to your viewer based on your viewer profile. The viewer profile contains 6 categories of viewer insights: registration, demographics, viewing preferences, personal favorites, current conditions, and viewing history. Together, these make up the viewer profile. The viewer has a choice to input different fields. They can input all the fields or only select fields. And later on, we can decide whether or not we use that information or that category, such as demographics, when we do our recommendations. Within the recommendations screen, we can pick a user as an administrator. We can also choose which aspects of the viewer profile we can select to create a description and use the description to create recommendations. So again, demographics, viewing preferences, personal favorites, current conditions, and viewing history. We can turn those on or off, and we generate a real-time viewer description. That viewer description is then used to create the recommendations. We pass that into the agent. So you can see a demonstration here of turning on or off different aspects of the viewer profile and creating a viewer description. We then decide how many recommendations we want to make. Now the system can be preset to a particular number of recommendations. The more recommendations we make, the longer the agent runs. We can see here behind the scenes, we've chosen to produce 2 recommendations. The agent is now running. This demonstration has 2 tools available: the Tavily API AI search and the Serper.dev AI API search. So we can get results back from Serper.dev or Tavily through their APIs. And you can see here we got 2 recommendations back based on the viewer description. We also have the Content Concierge, and this is an interactive agentic chatbot. So we can ask questions which will provide recommendations back to the viewer. It will always provide recommendations. Again, the chat history is passed to the agent. This is the same agent that gave us our initial recommendations, but in this case, we're using a chat interface. The advantage is we can ask follow-up questions. So we asked cooking shows that feature Italy. We got 2 back, and then we can ask follow-up questions. Which episode of Tucci in Italy features Tuscany? So we like Stanley Tucci, but we want to have an episode that features Tuscany. So again, we're passing the chat history and the results back into the same agent that produced the initial recommendations. It's using the same tools, the Tavily and the Google search in this case, the Serper.dev search. And we got an answer back, which is the episode which features Tuscany. One last follow-up question in our conversation with the agent. When was this episode produced? Or when was this episode released? And again, the agent will go back and modify the recommendations. Now in this case, it should give us the same episode back with a date. It is set to give us 2 recommendations. We'll probably get 2 back. One of those will be the one that we asked for. And we see that here. So we got Tucci in Italy. And we do have the date. Looks like that was May 18th, 2025. So we were able to have a conversation with the interactive agentic chatbot to get recommendations back. And lastly, we have our system status, so we can see which model we're using, the temperature, and whether or not information is being cached. That was a quick example of the personalized recommendation agent system. Thank you very much.